This is Still What's Cooking right here on City TV. My name is Apioko. Now, if you are just joining us, I gave a few clues as to who my guest is for today. I said I manifested out of nowhere. I said we're about to manifest a home meal. And now it's time to introduce my guest. 1212, M. Over to you.
Dinner for two, a dinner for you. You my champion, move like a winner would do. When I'm down, you come around to big up the mood. You be playing, be joke, but send me the news. We cooking this food on television too. Make we see what a knife in the kitchen can do.
That's right. Good to see you, my brother. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Now, we've got so many different things here. This is my kind of meal. You know, they say it's abrofo, so I don't care.
Oh,
I like my veggies. I like my shrimps. Because the shrimps, are they not from the Inshona?
And yeah, I'm telling you.
Are these not from the ground? The mushrooms.
What else do we like more in Ghana than mushrooms?
You know, some cloves. They're all here. Yeah. So, before you tell us what we're cooking, how have you been?
I've been good. It's been a busy year. Yeah. I think this year I've been back out. Yeah, this year I've been back out traveling quite a bit
Lots
more.
of tours.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm very grateful that, you know, after the 2020-2021 spell, 2022 has proven itself to be an opportunity to go back to the globe.
And what was that like for you? Because with what you do in particular, I mean, a lot of artists jet around and they do different shows, tap into different spaces, but you in particular, your fan base and your music is not just in Ghana. The globe is really your stage. What has that been like for you?
Well, I think thankfully technology has been useful. Shout outs to the internet.
Tell me about it.
Shout outs to the internet, which I always still tell people is responsible for my career. Yeah, so it's always about pivoting in one way or form, but we have the tools too, and when we don't, we have to create them. And so for me, it's been fine. I'm grateful that this year I've seen a turn. You know, after the way the other place was turning before, I wasn't sure what was going to happen, but we've made a good turn this year. Yeah.
I love it. So Kada Boys in the building. I see that. Love it. I need one of those. So let's get cooking. So I mentioned we have purple cabbage. Am I right?
Yes, red cabbage.
Okay.
Red cabbage. Yeah.
Spring onions.
Garlic.
Okay.
But I want to actually garlic, salt, black pepper. You know, cherry tomatoes. Yeah. You know, two kinds of mushrooms. The button ones and then the around the way ones.
See, he's not the button ones and around the way ones.
and then you know, green peppers, yellow peppers, whatever. These things all work out well, you know.
And they're easy to find in our markets.
Absolutely.
Really. Even cherry tomatoes now. If you go to Makola, you find.
Everything here is easy to find. Everything here is like, you know, it's not difficult to find.
Soy sauce is here. Yeah. And this is just normal vegetable oil.
Yeah, I was hoping for olive oil, but you people disappoint.
Oh. Okay. I'll bring it. I will manifest olive oil. Wait, I will do it.
And then of course we have shrimp. So you know,
shrimps.
Let's not forget. It'll be major.
Yeah, that's the whole point. So then this is what, a vegetable shrimp stir fry. What do you call it?
I mean, you know, a person like me, jet set in time no day, but I still want to eat good, tasty and healthy. So if time no day, I like things that can come together very quickly.
So
but
you
still
cook for yourself?
Not really, but
you're giving me vibes.
I can survive.
But you can. I mean, if you had to, you could.
And so I like meals that really, you know, can come together very easily. So today we're going to try a mani stir fry, aka
mani stir fry,
aka a veggie stir fry with some shrimps. You know,
a mani stir fry.
Yeah, with some shrimps. And then we might decide to put, like, you know, instead of rice, we might do red cabbage at the side. Okay. You know, to serve as the this
Sounds
thing.
good.
But you understand? You
Ghanaians like rice too much. Me, I can live without rice. So honestly, I can live without rice. I can even do this.
Hey, without jollof and wachi?
No, I can live without it. I love them, but I can. I can even do this thing with some. Just add some water to the gari, do some Pinot levels, you know. But for the Ghanaians who like their rice, you will cook some rice so I can see the possibilities.
The possibilities, absolutely.
So this apron is yours.
Oh my goodness, wow.
Yeah,
this is the real
serious
thing.
business.
Serious business.
You know, we're not joking.
Serious matters.
You know?
Hey. Yeah, I don't remember the last time I wore an apron in my life, but we go do.
You know, this mani stir fry It sounds simple. It's not a joke.
It's not. It's not. You know, it's precision.
It's not a joke.
You know, but I won't even lie to you. When I was coming, the thing I really wanted to make for you was I wanted to do Gary and Shito, and then I'll treat me good.
You should have done it. But you wanted to show skills.
Yeah, I wanted to show skills. So if I disappoint, my goodness, I didn't want to disappoint fans. Because I wanted to set the record for the quickest meal made on your show. But I'll do that the next time.
No, I'm ready for you. So let's get cooking. I've asked for a bigger knife, but maybe we start by.
It's here, actually.
Oh,
there we go.
Great.
There we go.
Okay.
So you know the thing is,
M.anifest, he knows how to use his knives. He doesn't use.
I wash mine, but I'm going to wash it again because we have to just stay clean. You know, very important. Very important. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So do the same here.
You know.
Okay. And
the food must be clean.
Yeah, we are cooking street level.
Street level cook.
Yeah, this is outdoors. Forget the kitchen. It's too hot anyway.
Yeah. So I think we can begin by chopping the vegetables.
Okay. Let me help you with that.
I believe this has been washed.
Yes. How many of these do we need?
One of each.
One of each.
One of each. One of each.
Okay.
One of each. So one of the keys, I think, I was once told, is that we try and cut.
Who told you though?
You said, oh, you know, I have my secret weapons.
Was it mommy? Was it daddy? Or was it some nice lady? You know,
there's always a nice lady. But the key is always trying to chop the vegetables for a stir fry in a similar size so that they can all cook well, you know what I mean? If you chop some big, some small, then some fit cook, some no fit cook. You get me?
That makes sense.
So
it really is about precision.
It is about precision, you know. So you can get rid of this. So, but yeah, I mean, since it's dinner for two, I think we have enough spring onions, you know.
Yeah.
Let me know overdo it. But we have our spring onions. We can put it in a bowl.
Okay.
And then
just scoot it in there. But the veggies, you know, so there are some, and I'm talking even as recently as 5-6 years ago, you couldn't find the yellow and red bell peppers on our local market. But now, like I said, you go to Makola, you go to Adabraka market, you go to Medina market, oh, they're just there. Plenty. Yeah, and that makes me happy because I like to know that I'm eating not just farm to table, but also putting at least something on a Ghanaian's table. So I think about that when I'm eating.
That's excellent. Yeah. That's important. You know, you have to feed your stomach and the local economy.
Oh, yeah. Very necessary. Let's talk about. So I know you have manifestivities coming up, and we'll talk a lot more about that when we sit down to eat. But when did that all start? Because it's very difficult for any artist in any genre of the arts to get up and say, I'm staging my own show. Yeah. It's a lot of cost involved. Even just getting ready psychologically, emotionally for a show, it takes a lot. I mean, I'm preaching to the choir and telling you this.
No, I mean, I am doing the bohobium. Say it again, one more time.
And especially when you're trying to do art the Ghana way, where you're the artist, you're the promoter, you're the marketer, you're the organizer, like you're doing everything. You're the one training your BVs for rehearsals, your band, you're still everything. Yeah. So why? Why did you decide to do it?
Well, the origin story for Manifestivities is that it was actually my sort of homecoming when I was making a relocation. So we wanted to do what better way to return home than to do a concert. Right.
So this is in the early 2010s.
Yeah, so this was 2011 December.
Yeah. Because I remember you were still in and out 2009, 2010, and then you were home by 2012.
And then I was home without announcing myself. Because that's how you have to do like that, like a thief in the night, you know.
I know.
No announcement. So yeah, I think we go with the reds.
Same with yellow. I'm letting you cut because I want you to prove to people that.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise they'll say, "Oh, when you're off camera, you did it for him."
Can I have regular onions? One of them. I'm out here doing ad-libs. So it was so So it definitely was the hope. The idea was for it to establish something quite early in my return. Some of the same ethos from then is still applicable. From the beginning, we always wanted it to be more than just about me. So I think the first one we even had like Uncle Ibo Taylor on it. And
Yeah, that was a whole.
Yeah, so we wanted to always make it a curation as well of a wonderful musical experience that was beyond just, oh, I'm coming to see M.anifest in concert. So I think that really helped later on in later years when we wanted to scale up for us to be able to do that. So because it was always in the original thinking for M.anifestivities to be something I play at, but I also co-curate.
Of course. Yeah. Now, I mean, oh, also it's here. Okay. Our regular red onion is here.
Oh, you don't have the yellows.
You wanted the white? No. She hasn't.
Okay.
When you said regular.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. The other one is regular to me. They're all regular, no?
See?
They're all made in Ghana.
Now they are.
Grown.
I mean, the yellow or white ones, they were another thing that at some point we were really seeing in our local markets, but now they're everywhere.
Oh, yeah, no, they're everywhere.
But yeah, I mean, that's co-curation. I think a lot of people, especially people who are now getting into music and the arts, they have this notion that, you know, I just have to be a star and everyone else has to do everything for me. So you're talking about co-curation, but even just getting your hands dirty and your feet wet in terms of the prep towards something like that, and even in preparing yourself, you know, not just sitting down and thinking that somebody's going to make me and I'm just going to shine. How important do you think it is to have that mindset of no matter how big you grow, you need to be in the thick of things, not just shining on a stage or on a screen?
I mean, I think it's almost rhetorical. I think you put it beautifully. So what I'll say is, my dear young friends, all of us want to be a star, wake up, record, sleep, eat, and do nothing else. But that's not how life works. So it's sort of, it's in between the fact that, look, on one hand, look at me, I'm doing my soapbox moment.
Preach.
On one hand, you're going to achieve the best results only when you are involved a little beyond just your creation and your stuff. On the other hand, it's also the demand of the infrastructure or the lack of infrastructure that you're in, you know, and yeah, so these two are, they're not on one hand. I think these two are two of the major reasons why you need to be involved, because if the thing fails, it's your reputation. If it succeeds, it's yours.
We did say that for the stir fry, the Mani stir fry, let me be precise, we're not doing what you'd expect an accompaniment to be. People would do rice, people would do maybe pasta, maybe gari, if you're like me. But we're doing cabbage as the accompaniment. Interesting, right? So, but I know Ghanaians also want to see what it looks like with rice, because you like rice. So I'm going to cook the rice. Let's go on a break, and when we come back, the rice will be on fire, and then we continue to cook up a fire here with the M.anifest station himself. We'll be right back.
Tasty Tom tomato mix. Ofa kakra. Na ye bebre. Fa kakra yan kwan stew dodo a ope.
Tasty Tom dear, it will surely give you value for money. Stay a little is enough to get our desired quantity of stew and soup, and it doesn't color your meat or chicken.
Tasty Tom tomato mix into me handwriting and sada. Into customers bar never.
I don't compromise on the quality of my food. Use Tasty Tom enriched tomato mix. This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome back. It's still What's Cooking right here on City TV, and my name hasn't changed either. It's still Apioko, and I'm still here with M.anifest.
You mean Chef Festo?
I'm sorry. I'm still here with Chef Festo. Let me put some respect on that. You know, and we've had a lot of interesting conversations so far. He's spoken about the genesis of M.anifestivities, which is your biggest concert in Ghana.
Yeah.
You know, I'm saying in Ghana because I know you have other big ones around the world.
We're going to take it global too.
You know,
anyway.
You know, and I mean, it's interesting just hearing you, but also, of course, we're cooking alongside these conversations, and we're making a mani stir fry.
I think with the stir fry, because everything goes together, you have to start cooking them in order of which one demands more time. So definitely we're going to be looking at the what do you call it, the shrimps
The
first.
shrimp first, okay.
And
So let me prep the stove.
Definitely. I do not what do you call it? I do not overspice my stuff.
Okay.
Definitely salt is the basis.
What would you call over spicing then?
Charlie, you put everything that you know in the world inside.
All the spices in your
All the
kitchen.
spices.
It's an opportunity to use them.
All the spices. Because it's better to undersalt than oversalt.
Of course.
So I'll start from there. So the shrimps are really going to be just salt and black pepper.
Okay. Oh, that's
I wanted it. Yeah, it's very simple. You know.
You're a simple guy.
Simple guy. Keep it on the fire.
I like it.
One side 3 minutes, another side 3 minutes. You know, you can time us.
No long things.
Yeah, no long things at all.
No one's any long
I don't use too much oil either. I'm gonna put my oil in.
The shrimps are cooking nice.
Yeah, they're cooking and they don't take that long, you know. Once again, like I said, I'm saying, you know, like Azuma Nelson is smile, you know. I love that man. But
You too.
yeah, overcooking too is not really my thing either.
Okay.
So I like stuff that, yeah, you know, 3 minutes one side, 3 minutes the other side. You don't have to overcook
Yeah.
shrimps. There's
No,
really
people
no
will
need
be
to.
asking some questions, so that's the minutes, no. Does it apply in all spheres of life? I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Well, let me cheers to avoiding knowing when to have long time and short time. Yeah.
3 minutes up, that's all. Not yet.
Yes or no? Is
3
it 3
minutes up.
minutes? It's
We
2
have 2
minutes.
minutes. Hey,
Okay,
but 3
don't worry.
minutes too is a long time like that.
Yeah.
Then we
But
shouldn't be.
I never time it, but just for the sake of the audience,
Yeah, of
I want
course,
to
so
prove that 3 minutes probably can do it.
Yeah, 3
But
minutes is actually quite a long time. Take it for granted.
Yeah,
Yeah, but they're looking good.
yeah, they're not.
They're beginning
not
to
bad.
turn pink.
Exactly. So you know that they're cooking.
You know, 3 minutes are up.
Yeah, so I'm turning them already. You know, I'm turning them.
Okay.
You're beginning to see more.
So after 3 minutes, we're not saying that the shrimps are cooked after 3 minutes. So we said after 3 minutes, you turn them over.
Oh, wow,
Because
yeah.
remember, we're not deep frying. Deep frying is when you have a whole lot of oil in there, and then like what we do is fried yam or killiwilli. This is shallow fry. It's a stir fry actually.
Yeah.
So you don't have a lot of fats or oil to play around with. So
Exactly.
you need to turn it over.
So now
okay, so
to
now
add
the
a
black,
bit of
the magic black pepper.
black pepper.
Yes.
You know, just give it
Oh,
give it
dear.
vibes.
Some cool vibes. Some cool vibes.
I can only imagine.
So it's actually therapeutic, but it can only be therapeutic when you don't just cook because you have to cook.
Exactly.
So you have to pound for every day. You have to count banku every day for the sake of it.
Absolutely.
So what's going in next? I mean, our shrimps are looking.
So when the
that
shrimp,
smell. Ooh.
yeah, I know it's.
And that's just salt and black pepper.
Yeah, that's just salt and black pepper. No, any of the cubes. I won't mention their name.
So, like we complicate our lives.
We do. Nature has all we need.
Salt and black
Yeah,
pepper.
yeah, very much so. And then the thing itself, you know, the shrimps itself, they have a vibe by themselves. Okay, let me make sure I'm not overcooking. So after this, we will go to the mushrooms.
Okay.
But we'll take
The
out
button mushrooms.
Yes, but we'll take out the shrimp. So for now,
Okay. Ooh.
we shall.
Oh, it smells amazing.
I know, right? Wait, let me. So maybe we can start cutting up the cabbage. The red
Cabbage.
cabbage is great. And instead of just regular cabbage, red cabbage, because it also has some small flavor
Yeah.
and spice to it.
Some vibe.
Yeah, some vibe. So yeah, so it's like basically this one we can cut it bigger. We can.
Here's your Zorro knife.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think we need all of this, so let me just cut it in half.
So let me ask you this question. I mean, you're a rapper and a brilliant one, we know.
Thank you.
But is beef healthy? Because I've heard some people say, you know what, people shouldn't be fighting, people should be arguing. But I've also heard other people say, hey, the beef and the diss songs and the back and forth, it also takes you into another realm of creativity and pushes you in a way that just being in the studio or in your space of creativity usually wouldn't. What's your take on that?
My take is that conflict is a natural part of life. Art should reflect life in some way.
I like it. Well, art is supposed to mirror life, right?
Yeah, and vice versa sometimes.
Yeah.
So we shouldn't get so jumpy when that happens in art. That's, if you throw Usain Bolt on the track and field, and then he wants to express his dissatisfaction, you see it, the way you run and after, etc., and then you do it. So that's what artists also do. It's sort of that conflict. But I think where people get confused about it is that because there are other forces in play, shout out the media. There are other forces in play that...
Way to use me as a nice representative of the media.
That's sort of...
But yeah, it
that's sort
amplifies
of love milking it. The media loves milking beef. Every kind of beef. Political beef, religious beef. The media loves milking beef. So what invariably happens is that it gets to an amplification level that sometimes some people are squeamish about. But you can't blame the artists for that. Yeah,
You're
we
right.
good. Yeah, we
You're
good.
right. But backdoor, you guys are cool.
Yes, sometimes. Other times they're like, nah, this guy, he can't clean my shoe.
Oh, wow.
It's not my level. But it's just competition
But
to a lot of times.
yeah.
It's like competition. It's not really actual personal disrespect. People who have personal problems, I don't think they should even beef.
I agree with
Because,
you.
it's like, just sort of personal problems,
Don't bring it into the arts.
Yeah.
Don't come and muddy the space with...
Come to Bukong Boxing Arena the day after manifestivities. I'll create a whole money boxivities or whatever for you, and you guys can fight it out. If you have actual problems.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. I love it. Ooh, look at that!
Yeah, it's going down,
Can you give me a mushroom? I don't want to take a shrimp because I feel like a shrimp, it will be obvious I don't have patience.
Okay. Let me take
Please
a
put
mushroom
it here
for you.
because I also don't want to disgrace myself. I think it will burn me. Tastes just like M.anifest. No, I mean not like that. Like it's simple and complex at the same time. That's what I meant.
Yeah, flavored. The soy sauce added a nice touch.
Beautiful cake.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we need to put our cabbage on fire.
Exactly. So now that we have finished here, I think I can.
Got a pot for that. And let me just let people know. So I'm sure you saw in the images that we added. So the mushrooms went in. That's the button mushrooms. M.anifest has decided that he's not going to use the round the way ones. Around the way ones. No, he's just using the buttons. He had a creative epiphany.
Yeah,
and then,
absolutely. And
then we added some garlic, blended garlic.
Blended garlic, yeah.
Just a little bit. So you saw all that in the images. A little more salt, the soy sauce as well. So now it's time to steam our cabbage. And it even tastes great. Look, we could even eat this like this.
I know, right? But other people will say that we are savages.
Yeah,
so
it's fine. It's fine. You take it like
But Pioko is going to steam it for us.
I am. So how much water do we need?
Not much. Very little. Me personally.
Just like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Just like that. And then I put it on fire.
Yeah. Or even if you want... Wait. Actually, let's think. Let's get creative.
Okay.
Because all we need...
I'm tapping into the...
All we need, we don't need that much water. All we need, we don't want it to burn underneath. But in its own, whilst a little of the water goes up. You know how that cycle goes.
Because it's calciferous, right? So it has water in it already.
So we way less.
So a little less
Way
water.
less.
Okay. Thankfully, there's grass here. So.
Yeah, it's grass. So
Is that enough?
even less. Yeah, cool. We're good for now.
I told you. The scientist has come. The scientist has landed. Okay, so I should heat it up first, right?
Yeah, or you can basically. It doesn't need much heating, so it can.
Okay. There we go.
It can really join
Got
it.
it. So we can just toss it right in.
Yeah.
Or we should let the water
Small.
should warm up.
Should warm up. But I really like this red cabbage, you know.
No, it's delicious. I've been eating it the whole time. I'm tricking myself.
Ed the doodle.
It goes really great with what I'm drinking here. You know, like,
Yeah, you know, and it looks different. It's great visually.
okay.
Imagine you have your date and they see this. You're like, what a colorful guy.
Okay, so it's warm. Or
Yeah, there you go.
hot-ish.
Here you go.
Straight in.
Yeah, straight in. I usually prefer my veggies crunchy, so this steaming won't even be that much. Honestly, if you ask me.
It really does.
Because raw food is also great, guys. Don't forget that. We honestly could have had this raw as well. So raw food is great. So don't
Maybe
forget.
I've been eating it too.
Yeah, like look at this.
That's right. You know what? Let's go on a break. Our red cabbage is on the fire. That, of course, is our accompaniment for the Mani stir fry. Red cabbage is right here, just stirring it. It's heating up very nicely. And we're not cooking it for too long. So let's go on a break. And when we return, we sit down to have more Mani conversations with Chef Festo as we manifest ourselves in this space today. We'll be right back.
What do you get when you mix the best DJs in the country? The most amazing live band sets, delicious cocktails, and wonderful food. Back-to-back hit music from Ghana's finest group, Prayer, dazzled by the sounds of Abiana and being serenaded by the brilliantly talented Aquabua. And jam to the hits from the Beam Nation president himself, Stone Boy. The biggest outdoor party, of course, Situation 2022. Are you ready to party? We're changing the situation on December 24, 2022 with the biggest outdoor party in Accra. The Situation Outdoor Party 2022. Let's wrap up the year in style with the most epic party to end all parties this Christmas Eve with Situation. Ain't no party like a city party, because a city party don't stop. This will be another one to remember. Date Saturday 24th December 2022. Venue La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, Accra. Time 8 p.m. Dress code, it's an all-white affair. Get your platinum, diamond, gold and silver table bookings and seats by calling the hotlines 020-5973-973 or 055-8973-973. Book your table and make reservations now. The Situation Outdoor Party is sponsored by Ebony Condoms, Series, Doritos, Lays, Logistics Movers, and Vive Duvernay France. It's supported by City FM and Ghana Weekend and powered by City TV. This is a Beyond the Return event.
We're back, and this is still What's Cooking right here on City TV. My name is Apioko, and my guest today is M. M. No, you've cooked up a storm.
Oh.
And I love how it's so simple,
Yeah.
but so compact and so complicated. I mean, like I said, those of you who didn't watch from the beginning. I don't know, latecomers.
Yes.
But I did say that it's just like you in the sense that it's simple yet complex. You know, I feel like that's what I get through your music. That's what I get through engaging you. There's simplicity, there's humility. It's like, you know, street level, but then, you know, the hotel today.
Hey, that's right. above. I'm glad the food could be a reflection. Definitely layered. Simple, quick and easy. Sometimes when you don't have time, you have to be able to be inventive, and this is what happens when you're a person like me who doesn't have time.
I love it. And we'll talk about that shortly. Okay, so we need to serve, and the tradition is that he who cooks the food serveth it.
Hey, which tradition is this?
Yes.
It's called free labor.
You see, but why not?
Okay, so do I get up or do I sit down? How does it look on camera?
So let me help you.
Okay.
Let me help you.
So I try not to. I try to center my plating.
Oh, we're plating.
Yeah, I've tried to center my plating.
Hey,
you know.
oh yeah, small.
Oh, I mean,
Plating all come inside.
Try to center it so that
You know.
it's not all over the place.
Just wait, you know, we live in a tropical country. This is Ghana, West Africa, center of the world, literally. You know, where the equator and the Greenwich Meridian meet. So we have a lot of flies. Yeah, you know. Nothing to be ashamed of is nature.
No, not at all.
We just don't want it on our food. Okay.
Okay.
Now this is what I'm curious to see. Here you go.
You get me?
Hey. Oh my, oh my.
You know, a famous philosopher once said, "Moya mani fene."
And this philosopher was?
Is it?
And this philosopher was?
Reggie Rockstone.
Reggie Rockstone. Shout out to the grandpapa.
So this is your plate. The first one is yours. We'll switch. So tell me how much, and whether you want some rice as well or not.
No, I don't want rice.
Okay, cool.
This is enough.
Yeah,
this is
cool.
enough. Or I should eat rice for the membership. The rice people will say that we're discriminating today.
No, you see.
But I want to do it the M. way.
Yeah, exactly.
Did you hear that rhyme?
Yeah.
People say we're discriminating today, but I want to do it the M. way.
Exactly. You know, you understand. You know. Yeah.
It's a whole, so now I understand why you said you wanted to do the garnishing at the table. There's a whole skill to it.
Yeah, well, not really, but I pretend there
is. I love it. Yeah. This is gorgeous.
Wonderful.
Okay.
And one thing that kind of forgot, but forgetting is all right. I forgot but didn't forget. The pepper,
forgot but
right?
Yes.
Because I want to give everybody the chance. Not everybody has the same stomach.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of hot pepper myself. You know, I do it. It's a big part of our food culture.
Yeah, exactly.
But really, I'm not a huge pepper person. So for the culture, I'm adding some pepper.
Yes, yeah. You know, you add a bit of pepper flakes. You know, for the culture.
For the culture.
For the culture.
Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, I'm just gonna pour some water.
Excelente.
And I must add that today, since we're doing, you know, gourmet on a time budget, we also have, you know, I dare say one of Ghana's best mixologists. Bruce Cocktails is in the building.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And he said since we were doing, you know, the whole wine tinting while we were cooking, he's staying in that spirit.
Okay.
So he's doing, he's doing more of like an orange juice and wine. They're keeping it very fresh with what we have here.
Oh, you know what they do these days before they eat?
Hey, it's very important. Yes. You know, film it, please.
You know, this one is on TV. I don't have to, but you know, let's
for the
just say.
For the gram.
M.anifest to collabo.
For the gram.
You know.
Thank you. So this is...
It's more or less like a mimosa, but
okay.
white wine.
Oh.
And since you're doing the shrimp, it does go with the white wine.
Thank you. I love
there
it.
We go. Hey.
See, I give you the treatment.
Very fancy.
I give you the treatment.
I love it. Okay. Bon appetit.
So we dig in. Bon appetit. Yeah. Bon appetit. But we need to have some conversations while we're at this.
No problem.
So, I mean, I feel as though a lot of people experience your music and the response is, oh wow, M.anifest is deep. Oh wow, M.anifest has bars. Oh wow, M.anifest is different, you know, when it comes to rap and a lot of what we've been exposed to over the years in Ghana particularly. But I don't feel as though a lot of people have understood and maybe it's because we haven't asked where your creative process is. So I'd like to know about that. Like, do you sit down and write thesis and then break it into rap, or do you go and research and go into a library for 10 days and come out? Because you come, it's rap, it's relatable, it's street level, it's Medina level, but then you listen to it and you feel as though you've had an intellectual encounter. What's your process like?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm being honest.
That was brilliant. I'm waiting for your first response.
Wait a minute.
It's going inside.
No, so what's blowing my mind is I was there. It was salt, black pepper. We didn't even use olive oil.
Yeah, we just
because I couldn't find it.
We used some soy sauce.
Yeah, soy sauce, and then the veggies and the shrimp. But it's as though you've packed 1,000 flavors into this. Oh, this is brilliant, man.
Thank you.
Okay.
So my process,
Chef Festo.
definitely no thesis being written. I do think what happens is that before the point of creation, everything you do leading up to that, conversations, thoughts you have alone, etc., all of a sudden now come out. The creation itself is not mechanical like that, nor academic, nor intellectual. It's very spiritual. It's very much soulful work. But everything you've done to that point informs you. So you might not understand why all of a sudden you're like, I double dare you to be more debonair. It's like, it's just I don't know where it came from, but at that point, I've given myself a wealth or an arsenal of experiences, skill sets, etc., that when I need to then express an emotion at that point, it will come out anywhere I want.
Now, you're fortunate to know this about yourself and what you do and how it all manifests, how it all comes together. But would you say that then, over time, you become more critical about where you expose yourself to on a daily basis, so that you're sort of making sure that the quality that comes out of your work eventually is there? Is that something you're conscious about?
I think I'm probably conscious of having a good balance all the time. Because yes, I might watch reality TV. Whatever. Yeah, but there's always a good balance, because garbage in, garbage out for sure. You need a balance, and for me, yeah, I'm more conscious of maintaining that balance.
Now, you studied economics. I remember last year, 2021, we had you come through our literacy camp with our literacy challenge top 10. And one of the things you told them was that, yes, you study economics, you may not necessarily be using it in everyday life, but it's helping you in your business, the way you run the art, the business side of your art. I'm curious, because do you still read economics books? Do you? How do you find the economic conversations? We're in times where economy is a word that's being thrown around globally. Of course, there's Ghana, and I don't want to get into that, but globally, do you find yourself bantering? Does that come through? Does this in some way, some shape, show up in your work even, apart from the business side of things?
I think when they put these titles on stuff, economics, biology, chemistry, listen, the people at Makola understand the economics of things.
They're the ones running the economy.
Who actually understand the changes, etc., have a grasp on stuff. They might not have put their name on it. So yeah, everything that is knowledge of how things work is always in constant practice. Then of course, when you're reading some papers or news reports, nobody's using words to put pepper in your eyes. You can understand. Hey, what's going on? Hey, what is happening over here? That's right. We have a guest.
M. Wow. What's cooking? This place looks colorful, man.
So this is my neighbor.
Oh, really?
Now here's the thing. It's not like he's welcome to the table, but he shows up every time. Every time. And only when we finish cooking. Like, at least come and chop the pepper some,
let me do my selection.
No, I think chop time.
Just look at that.
Chop time, many friends.
No, I don't
No, this one I have to do it myself.
And he finds me wherever I go.
Don't worry.
I like
stress
that.
you. I'll
But he
just-
carried a chair.
He's not playing around with the
Yeah.
play around.
What's that colorful thing? Is it cabbage or some color? Color.
It's red cabbage.
Red cabbage. Yeah. It's
Oh,
one.
should we start with the shrimp? Are you into shrimp?
Yes.
You
Okay,
see,
you
I,
have a
I
little
love
of
how
it.
my guests are always accommodating.
Yes. Wow.
No.
Charlie.
Anyway, there are some Ghanaians like that. So
you know,
They show up when
there are the people who know how to smell food.
Thank you.
And Mr. Man here knows how to work.
Yes, I'm the taster general.
You're the taster general,
Yes.
aka Mr.
Yes,
Good Worker.
Okay, now you're making me anxious. I'm waiting for my food.
Oh yeah, no
hey,
problem.
you have come to give pressure to.
Yes.
You see,
So,
and
what's
you've
this?
interrupted our
Is it a
conversation.
cocktail or something?
Yes. It's-
Can you pass the tissue so that let me plate him a little better before he gives me F4.
Yeah, because he actually grades, you know.
Yeah, so Uncle Jimmy,
Yes.
this is a shrimp stir fry.
Shrimp stir fry.
Yes, you know, it's local but global.
Yeah, but
it's like me.
I like that.
I
I like that. So
rice
shrimp
too.
from the Nshona, vegetables from the
Yes.
you know,
From the different
the
places.
farms
Yeah,
around,
yeah,
We're all from
around the
Nshona.
mountain.
Yeah.
yeah. So if it sounds like you wanted some rice.
Yes, I
instead.
do.
Okay, then you're welcome to.
That's
Yes,
when they have to
yes.
serve it to
We
us.
were doing a for no
We
rice.
aren't going to do any rice.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen the carpet in it. Let me add that one.
The council.
The council.
But I was speaking to man.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you.
So that's Bruce cocktails. You're sorted.
Bruce,
Are you
eh?
okay now?
Bruce Almighty. Yeah, I'm cool.
But
I saw you spreading some something.
Something, yeah.
maybe
Yeah,
some
some powdered pepper. Or
Oh yeah,
chili.
the part
So you were
pepper
really
flakes. Wow,
I
wow,
can't even.
wow. That's
my
impressive.
little
I like
detail.
your plate too. I like your plate.
Yeah. It's
I like
colorful.
your plate. I like your
Let
plate.
me. Hello.
That's right. You see, that's the Ghana speaking.
Yes.
Manifest.
Yes, I'll take some flakes. So I've been inspired.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. So, I mean, so okay, so see, this taster journal has made me lose my train of thought. I was having such a deep moment, and you know, and
Which one?
you just
Since you
to
have
bring
rice, you know,
everything.
there's a bit of kind of broth around it that you can, you know, you can
Why are you being
put
nice
at the
to
side
me?
of your thing. You know?
Yeah.
It will add. It will be flavorful for you.
Okay.
Why are you being nice to me? Actually, you know what? I
You
want
want
to
to try
taste
it?
this
Okay.
broth. Yeah, I want to taste the broth. Okay, so back to our conversation. There are a lot of people who feel, and I don't know if you've heard this, but they feel as though they can't relate to your music.
I don't know
You
that
know?
there's a lot of people like that.
You know, there are a number of people I've come across. You know,
I think there's a few agenda people who try to make that the norm.
So agenda, the agenda people know. You know, but how do you feel about that?
For the most part, I have never had a problem with people having opinions,
Okay.
especially if it's informed. I'm not supposed to be. I'm not ice cream. Not everybody's supposed to like me. I'm not supposed to be everybody's cup of tea. That might be coffee after all. You know, which is fine. But I do think sometimes people take it. They almost, it's like they're almost offended that I exist. It's like, oh, this guy thinks he's better. He's
Yeah.
better. So I think those are sometimes people's insecurities. There are people who genuinely might not like this kind of music, and that's fine. But they would never feel this strong sense of I detest you, partly because sometimes people see you as a reflection of something that they find in opposition to them.
Right.
Oh, I'm not too much. There's so many different things that people might see as in opposition to something that they might either lack or they might be capable of, but they just don't find themselves doing it. So I think sometimes that mires the criticism a little bit. Because Charlie, I was just in Sunya. I go to all these places. People are singing, no
People
shortcut,
love you.
all this
Yeah.
stuff. So so some of the agenda. I mean, it's not based on nothing, obviously. Because, for instance, the idea that I am probably a rapper that ranks high in terms of the vocabulary.
Right.
There's
That's
nothing
my
wrong
fault.
with that.
Yeah.
That is what That's all the linguists of the past, etc. That's if you go to the chief's palace, the linguist is so capable of speech, of speaking, of being able to communicate with not just 3 words or 4 words or 5 words. So me being in the business of words, I would never be ashamed of being capable. And instead I'll even lean into it more. I'll bring more because when I was growing up listening to music taught me a lot in terms of language. There are people in hoods in Ghana who can speak perfect British accent and American accent because they were listening to the music.
Very true.
People speak patois in Ghana.
Very true.
Having been to Jamaica, because the music is that influential.
I mean, we've actually even had people tell us that they've learned how to speak English just by listening to City FM or watching City TV. So I guess it's the same, circumstance. But I think that's brilliant. And of course, I didn't expect anything less. You're very aware of who you are and what your gift is.
Thank you.
And you're unapologetic about that. But do you think that Ghanaians necessarily have to write or rap or do music or anything of the sort in a language other than English or Pidgin? Do you think you have to necessarily?
Do I think we need to be having this conversation in English? I mean, these questions. I think it would be a pity to not be very competent in the Ghanaian language as a Ghanaian. Not accusing anybody. If it happens, some people have different circumstances they grow up to. It'll be a pity because language is also one of the ways in which we see ourselves.
Of course.
Now, we are also multilingual, including the language that we inherited from some old woman who passed, I don't know, last year or this year. Which is the language of instruction in schools, which is still our only official language.
Right.
So what I would say is that I think it's important to be competent in our multiple languages, if we can. I feel like our grandparents spoke more languages, our parents spoke more languages. It's shrinking.
Yeah.
It's shrinking. So that is where, because I can't think the same way I think in Tree as I do in English, and vice versa. As I'm sure people can in Ghana. So you kind of lose out a bit when things of your culture, you sideline it. When it comes to music and art, the language is the language of what the ideas are. It is not.
The language is the language of what the ideas are.
That's why we can. The global hit will be.
That's a language and it's on its own.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you feel it. You may.
So creatives should pay no heed to people who sit on TV and radio talking about language when it comes to music.
I love it. I love how you summed it up. But let's talk about manifestivities this year. And we're going to wrap this conversation up, so I don't want us to miss out on that.
It's happening this year?
December 18th.
It has to.
And I think you should come in your full glory.
It must.
Invite me on stage.
Yeah, I love it.
But if there is anything different about this year? I mean, I'm pretty sure there are going to be voices and faces that we haven't seen on the bill before, but knowing you and what your camp tends to come up with all the time, there must be something different, something vibely.
Yeah, I think we have curated it much better. We've done a lot of behind the scenes curation so that the music experience is a bit more fluid. Oh, it's not fluid, is not the word. Fluent. A fluent experience. I've never used that before. So I'm excited about that because it's also our return. When you make a return, it's almost like there's an excitement about that you used to, for lack of a better term, creates a great experience. Yeah, so that's what I'm excited about. I think it will be our best yet. We have a bunch of next generation artists who will be performing as well. We did a challenge and even chose one person, Kokusi, who's going to grace that stage.
I saw that. And he's good.
Yeah, he was pretty impressive. We have Kusiata, we have Jackie, we have Caveman from Nigeria, Tania, and a couple more names we'll probably announce closer to time. But I mean,
well, that's a star-studded list.
Yeah, it is. And yeah, Manifestivity is really about the music and experience. It's not the hype. It's not the I went there. I go there so that I can tell people I went there. So I go there so that I have the best time of my life and tell people that, yo, you missed out. And that's what consistently we had a reputation for. So I can't wait to see all of you at Manifestivities this year, December 18th, right after the World Cup final.
What?
So that also means there will be a certain excitement there because it will be right after the World Cup final game.
Was that intentional?
Sort of. It was coincidental, but we knew that the final would be that day.
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah, no, it could still work out.
So after you're on a high, like while you're still up there, come and be elevated to the next level.
Exactly.
You know, probably into the galaxy or something.
Yeah, but get your tickets, get in bulk, get like 10 for you and your friends.
How can people get tickets?
Go to manifestivities.art. I think they'll put it on the screen. This is me giving the producer pressure. There's another way, there's a text short code as well. They'll put that on the screen as well.
Pressure. But it's there.
Yeah,
I'm sure you
can get that and get that at the Book Unboxing Arena.
But manifest.art or manifestivities.
No, manifestivities.art.
Manifestivities.art.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
Manifest, beyond cooking this wonderful meal and Manifestivities 2022, what's next for you? I mean, you've done so much in the span of your career, especially since you moved back to Ghana. I think next year will be, what, about 12 years or so?
Yeah, I mean, I think this year was
13-ish.
like a decade, yeah.
Yeah. So, what's next? What are you looking to do? I see you're tapping into the talent of the youth and pulling them along with you, grooming some of them even. I see. No. No, not like you groom your pet, but grooming them.
Sorry, Uncle Jimmy has been quiet too. That's a good sign.
No, he's enjoying it. He's not asked to talk.
Okay.
But really, what's next, and what do you want people to know? What do you want people to expect? What do you want people to look forward to? And what do you want your fans, if anything, to do to make sure that the legacy that you've built so far and you continue to build exists in the way it has to?
Well, like you said, I've been fortunate enough to have already done quite a bit. And so I think I want to encourage everybody watching to really put your money where your mouth is when it comes to the next generation of talent that's coming. And I'm glad that things like Manifestivities will always be a platform for talented people, no matter how they have not reached a level of notoriety. The way to do it, and I know it from the example of my career, is that when you really love and support the ones you dig hard, they will prosper.
Absolutely.
And then when they flourish, more of what you like will flourish. Other people will come through the door, etc. So for me, that's the most important thing. I am just grateful. So I'm not asking people to expect anything, but I'm just giving you gratitude back for supporting me thus far. Me being able to be growing every single year, adding new things into the repertoire in terms of, I don't want to even call them achievements, in terms of things that have been possibilities, etc. So I'm just grateful, and I can't wait to party with you on the 18th to finish the year. Yeah.
That's a very good legacy you're leaving behind, because some of your legs didn't get the opportunity that you're giving to other people today.
Yeah.
Because like if we have had, I don't want to mention it, some musicians pass on or nurture other people, young ones today, I'm sure would have sustained the high life journey.
Hey, whose shade is that?
Yeah. But
you're right.
To be, yeah,
That's
I
what
agree.
it is.
But to be fair, people have been opening doors for a long time at the same time. No matter how small or big. I mean, just something like Obrafo opening a door by doing a song like No Shortcuts to Heaven with Me. It was great. It was a stamp of approval. People already knew or had an idea who I was, but that was a reinforcement. There's so many different things, but I see what you're saying. There's a much more intentionality about it.
Exactly.
I mean,
You see what Don Jazzy is doing
what
there,
Yeah.
what Olamide is doing there. So we have to be a bit more intentional about it. But it's very tough for a lot of musicians to see outside of the selfish me, I want to be on top. But a legacy, selfishly, you should want a great legacy.
Yeah.
And that legacy
Can't just be about you.
Yes, it can't. Yes.
Manifest, it's been great having you. I mean, every single time, the wisdom, the positive vibes,
Thank you.
the experience which you've given us through this food today. And so Taster General, see, he comes and eats the food without being invited, but he's the one who created it. What's your grade?
this continental.
I like it. Yeah. No be,
I mean, I had that one before. This is continental.
continental.
Shrimp stir fried, what? Vegetable and whatever.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then, no, so it's called Emani stir fry.
Today we named it.
Yes.
M.anifest stir fry.
Yeah.
You know.
So we get your seal of approval.
Straight up.
No, but it is a delicious meal. Like I said, I'm going to not steal, borrow your recipe.
No, it's yours. Anybody watching, once
Yeah.
you've seen it, and
It's really a quick fix.
and then innovate. You know, one thing I considered doing was, you know, they say Ghanaians, we boil egg with everything. You can even boil egg. You can add you can add pepper. You know, all the Ghanaianisms, you can add it.
We got our pepper.
I shall boil the egg.
But thank you so much.
Thank you,
And we will be at M.anifest festivities.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this show, What's Cooking on City TV, is sponsored by Tasty Tom. A very big thank you to our sponsors, Tasty Tom. And of course, we had Bruce Cocktails pass through and do this lovely, look, I don't know exactly what he did, but this is class in a glass. You know, oh, thank you. 1212, sitting here with M. Dot and the Taster General. Out. My name is Apioka. I'll see you next week.
What's Cooking is brought to you by Tasty Tom Enriched Tomato Mix. Fakakra na ayebebre. Years of explosive performances by the leader of the movement, a culture, a nation, Beam Nation. Bernatone Music presents the ultimate African Caribbean link-up, the Grand Arena, Friday, 23rd December, the 6th edition of the annual Beam concert with Stoneboy and the legendary Busy Signal. VIP tickets going now for 500 Ghana cedis and 200 Ghana cedis regular. Visit beamconcerts.com. Dial *365*2022# or call 0501-550-000 for VVIP table reservations. 23rd December, the Grand Arena, 7 p.m. prompt. Bernatone, Beam Nation to the world.
Can you come over? Right now, loneliness taking.
Tonight, like igniting a star inside a box, researchers in the U.S. announce a breakthrough in nuclear fusion. Scientists in California say that this is the right step towards a future with clean, limitless energy. Also coming up tonight, the European Parliament votes overwhelmingly to strip one of its vice presidents of her powers. The Greek socialist Eva Kaili was arrested over a bribery and corruption scandal that has links to World Cup host country Qatar. And €1 billion for Ukraine. International donors Gathering in Paris, they've pledged new aid to help the population survive the winter in the face of Russian attacks. I'm Brent Goff. It's good to have you with us. The United States has announced a significant breakthrough in the quest for nuclear fusion energy. After more than 60 years of research, for the first time, a fusion experiment has produced more energy than was used to start the reaction. It's hoped that more development could one day create an inexhaustible source of clean energy. Fusion involves the same process that gives the sun its energy. But experts warn that it will be many years before the technology is ready for our power grids and for commercial use. Well, this breakthrough was announced by the U.S. Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm.